Hey rebels, hey rebels, hey rebels. Okay, so first off, pick a color. All right, now your assignment is for you to go research that color in the sense of an evil eye. And so whatever color you pick, go do your research on the evil eye because the evil eye of that color, because that's gonna have a lot to do with how this reading resonates with you. Educational purposes, entertainment purposes, yada yada, you know what the deal is. So go do that, come right back, or surprise yourself and take a gander at the end. But anyway, so what we have here is there is mental rewiring happening for a ratchet fairy tale, either a ratchet fairy tale or a ratchet fairy tale of a person. They're chasing lack, those things that are not important to their pathway, to where they, I'm hearing what you see is what you get, to where they are expressing that they are heading, to what their ego is driven to masquerade themselves as. That is crazy. So also as well, we're looking at a hollow-hearted person, someone who does shit just because they feel like they have reasoning, because they go so hard for their their sought out purpose of trying to cover their ass. But everything is pretty much just because, like, they're literally just moving, they're literally just doing shit, and there's really no reason. And when that reason does come up to surface for them, they quickly bury that reason, because it's that horror story of themselves that they refuse to look at, because they are perceived to be the good person, to themselves and to others. They volunteer themselves for self abuse, blindliness, and they're 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 willing to participate. Once again, they do shit just because. Someone who is not willing protects themselves more. Someone who is not willing has boundaries, right? But the trickery to this ratchet fairy tale is that we have liability repellent. So they're it's not even really tricky. It's tricky for them, right? Anything that they that that is a liability to the way that they have been living their life, they repel that, right? Anything that can be helpful and useful for them to actually live within their truth, they repel against that. But yet and still, they're so outspoken. They're so outspoken when it comes down to all this foolery. Okay, I heard the fuckery and the foolery. But then they are also that type of person who say that nothing gets past them. They see everything. So just like, so rebels, what the question would be towards you is, if you are in dealings with this person and they feel that nothing gets past them, do you realize that that statement in itself, even though they know not what they do to your way of perceiving things, do you understand that way of them forming their words is actually them saying that they're choosing what the hell it is they're engaged in, that you can have and could potentially warn them against, point out to them. They say that nothing gets past them. So step away and let them fuck around and find out how much doesn't get past them. And anytime, and not saying bask in this, but anytime there's a tear, anytime there's a complaint that they have, why the fuck should you care? Because remember, nothing gets past them. So it's like theater, right? And we have intuitive Kev. Intuitive Kev. Right here. Intuitive Kev Carmen. Okay, now if you ever watch Intuitive Kev, when Kev does not give a fuck. Kev does not give a damn. Okay? He say, I'm done with this shit. Baby, bye. What the fuck? This is how to do with me. Like, what I say, Ice King. No concerns. And hello. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. And at the bottom, jealousy and envy. Jealousy and envy. The things, the his hand is reminding me of a foot someone put in their mouth. Let's have a little Dr. Seuss session type stuff. You know, Sam I am. You do not eat green eggs and ham, but yet and still you love it. Okay. But you, on the other hand, look, plain and simple, you are on a hiatus. You have attempted to do this shit. You spread your wings and you flew the fuck away from this. And if you have not, you definitely will be flying the fuck away from this and going towards the things that you yearn for, right? This, yes, this dealing with this person with this energy was, in a sense, a self sabotage to you. How was it a self sabotage, you say, Mystical River? I'm going to tell you. The way that it was a self sabotage towards you is because you knew that you needed to go through this with this person because there was something that was tied to you, tied between you and this person like a fucking umbilical cord. And even if this isn't your child, they acted like your child. Okay, you knew that you needed to go through this because there was something that was tethering you constantly back to dealing with this person, this energy, this type, this entity, this okay, the pain in your ass it was, and the healing that you had to do, and there ain't nothing like a shot in the ass to set you straight, right? And if you haven't got set straight yet, you're on your way, okay, to San Jose. La, yeah, la means I love you. Means I love you. No, we're not doing that, okay? I love you enough to move the fuck on and the fuck out of your way, and the fuck out of my own way, okay? But you did self sabotage yourself. This part of yourself, you needed to like detonate this fucking bomb that was inside of you that constantly drew you back and back and back to this person. Okay, you had to even put your own foot in your own mouth because the audacity of you to attempt to juggle the chaotic bullshit that came with all this when you had so much of yourself that was not right and you were trying to pull along someone who went along to get along and still is, and they'll even try to go along to get along with you, you know, that people pleasing stuff, but they want to be top dog. You had the fucking audacity enough to put yourself through this struggle trying to juggle yourself and bring along this person, and then the kick in your ass was the fact of realizing you wasn't taking care of you, that you were spending your currency, your time, your energy on this envious person who wanted you to pretty much not teach them how to make the bread or catch the fish. They wanted you to just give it to them. Right? So if you were to cut off your flesh pound for pound, how much would you had left and how quickly can you regenerate that? It's kind of like that drug. What is it called? Crocodilia or some stuff like that, where it's a flesh eating drug and it's very addictive. All right. And you did, yeah, you did that to yourself. You dipped your toe back into that water and you were prepared and you paid attention. And the monster that started raging out of you when you had enough and you had to learn, that monster, came to surface in a way that you just did not know was ever capable. And you don't want to see that part of yourself again. Is anybody ever deserving? Oh, deserving. Oh, okay. Of that part of you ever again? I would think not, because you're a professional at this stuff now, and a professional always goes back to school. And that's what you did. You went back to school. You educated yourself on why the hell is it that I'm drawn into this person, this lifestyle. This ain't where I want to be. Like you're not Darnell Jones in it no more. Like anytime you hear Darnell Jones, where I want to be, you like, now I know where I want to be. Ain't no confusion about it. Okay? To have the Ice King and the Ice Queen out here out of two different decks here on earth, it's such a sweet, savory, oh, Sean, yes, thank you, mother. It is such a sweet, sticky situation, and so sticky that you can definitely get addicted to it. You did get addicted to it. Heck, even just in thinking about, you know what I would do to you right now if I was still willing to do the things that I've done? Do you know the things that go through my mind that no one knows? You know, the creative things and ways. Like primetime TV streaming has nothing on the things how creative you can get. So yeah, you had to move the hell around. You had to get far away, intuitively so, far away mentally even first. Make sure there was no reason to go back. But to have the Ice King and the Ice Queen, I mean, in this world now, how difficult it is for not just people to tap into their feminine, their femininity, their feminine nature, that divine feminine. The fact is that this world has been morphed into something where it makes it so difficult to be that even when you are that. You have to be cautious of how you express that. Yes, you can be that, but you have to be cautious of the ways in which you express it and whom's around. So to even go back to this person, this energy, this situation, oh yeah, you talking about a test drive? It wasn't short at all, was it? It was a long one. And you learned things about yourself, and you learned things about this person, and this person is still there. And is so persuasive of themselves that they can, I'm hearing, baby, come back, you can blame it all on me. So persuasive to themselves that they can put in the work to get to match your status, to match you, and come back and greet you. I'm saying meet and greet you with someone of them that you've always longed for and desired. And what the dumb diddy dumb ass does not realize is that after dealing with that, you realize like, nah, I didn't desire that. I was conditioned. I was addicted. I was traumatized. I was enslaved. There was a certain mentality and morals and principles that I lived by back then that I no longer and would never, ever, with Chris Tucker from Friday, come back here. Never come back here again. All right. Okay. Yes. Us. Right. And at the bottom, energy surprised me, lost, running away, empty, feeling invisible, cut off. You have put this ghost to peace. It's not even Christmas in July yet. It's not even a holiday Christmas season yet. You have ghost of Christmas past that ass so bad that ghost of Christmas past is so afraid of your presence, of what your presence is now, what your present reality is now. You may not even, your outside may not look different, but who you are, the way your look pierces, the way your words touch in fucking frequency. I'm seeing right here, frequency, caution. The caution of your frequency. They are good vibrations. They don't know what it is to really be in tune with, fine tuning. They say there's no such thing as perfection, but perfect enough, because you're on your way to being more than what you ever was. So, I mean, progress is perfection. You worked at that so much, like to the point you have completely dismissed, and like you're dismissed you are ignoring. You have left behind. I'm reading the words off the card. You have left behind with the Oshun energy. No, you've washed all of this bull crap away. You're you're talking about a horror story, the nightmare that you can tell, that you can teach others about this. This like with come on now, yep, yep. So in with the ice queen, with the ice king, you have definitely reflected on how you did not protect yourself, how you did not secure yourself with the things that you were addicted to, with the things that you had that you did not realize was conditioning of yourself, right? And with the ice queen, the concern, the concern it is for this other party, for these party, they're party poopers. Look, that somebody's gonna try to come back. Yeah, somebody's gonna try to come in. I know we tired of hearing about it, but hey, we try to avoid it as much as we can. But even if it's not them physically, the energy of, so that entity of, that entity is going to try to come back in, because this entity cannot accept that you are a side, that no projection, that they are a side piece, that they are that energy is a side piece to anything that you will ever really allow yourself to claim, to show, to be proud of. You're not like, this is some, like, if you, I feel that at a certain point in time, you got to the point that you had to, whenever you were willing to meet with this person or people of these energies, it got to the point where you really wasn't on some meeting and greeting with them in public settings around people who knew that you knew them. It was more so like some late hours and, hey, I'm going to slide through real quick and, come up with a quick exit type of, a quick exit strategy. Because now, you, what's up? Oh, yeah. I feel like this is like an audition sofa, and no, you're not taking it. No, no more applications, no more applicants. Perfectly fine. You're gonna let them move the fuck on. So, I'm really curious. How is the color that you picked for the evil eye, and what did you learn about it in relations to this story? Okay. Let's see. Where we at with it? Where we at with it? Where are the rebels at with this energy? Okay, so we got double bubble there. A double bubble. Child. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, baby. And at the bottom, we gonna set that beautiful lady right on over there. You got the Empress. You got the King of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune, the King of Pentacles, the Tower with the Strength, and the Hermit, but the Empress overall energy. I'm hearing Kanye West, they can't tell you nothing. And with the way that this Empress is shadowing over the King of Wands, is drawing in my attention, because it's like that's the hidden part of you. They can't fuck with you. They don't know that so many come around and they try. And they don't know your story and what you've been through with men, or what you've been through with women, or what you've been through dealing with, or what you've been through and what you dealt with, and what was just thrown onto your plate. They don't know the choruses of life that you had to go through, and the different levels and scales. And I'm saying scales like reptiles, monsters that you've had to deal with. Even when you weren't so nice. They don't know the levels that you matched. They don't know the matches that you've been through. And to, honey, it's reminding me of, what's her name? From X-Men, right? Her and her son both were shapeshifters. And they could turn into anything. And this is also giving me the Great Sphinx. You are about your business. Overall, you're about your business. You know that there's going to be hard times, but you also know how those hard times has elevated you. Like, to tip over a crown, is nothing. They could tip your head all they want to. What's important is not the material view of it all. It's about what's in you, not what's on you. Like, you go in. You go in, and she's prying open, prying open the lion's mouth and smiling with the infinity symbol as her halo. She's doing it smiling, and the lion looks so uncomfortable. You make people who, in their common space, they feel like that top notch. They feel like the top three, even, and just by being around you, for whatever reason, they feel less than. Your exit, your exit strategies make them feel like they need to up their game, because how the fuck is it that you the one who got away to them, but to you it's like, nah, it was a great escape. It was a great escape. It was a privilege. You did your thing, but deuces, and your deuces are wild. Rebels, your deuces are wild. So, to this concern and the Ice Queen, the elegance, the top shelf, the top tier. I'm here all around classic. That you are like, when you about to go in the hermit, you don't look to the ground. You stare them straight in the face. I'm done. I'm done. What the hell would I stick around for? I don't need you to give me a reason, because I done went through all the reasons already. And you are a liability. So though they don't though they repel liabilities in the sense of they feel like you're trying to sacrifice their fun or their know-how that plays no favor into them, you repel liabilities in the sense of, no, I've worked too hard to get to where I am, and even if you see no value in how I am or what I'm doing, it doesn't matter to me. You are a liability. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. And Spirit said, on that note, we gonna cut the day. Oh, my baby. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. It says, wheel of returns. Yes. Resurrection, renewal, a hope or dream that appeared to be doomed to fail, or a partnership that seemed lost, okay, will not, okay, let's, a hope or a dream that appeared to be doomed to fail, or a partnership that seemed to be lost, will not transpire as you had believed. What was lost will be returned to you in a new way or form, will not transpire as you had believed. What was lost will return to you in a new way or form. So your peace was lost. You got that back. You getting that back. Your finances, your attention span, you're prioritizing the best qualities of yourself and keeping that whole of yourself and not depleting that. All that is being returned back to you and more. You being able to be you being able to speak up for you. Although you did speak up for you, it was the energy that you had to speak up for yourself in. Yeah, those was the liabilities of your alignment. Yeah. So, Rebels, I love you so much. I want you to go live your life, make it do what it needs to do for you, honey. Go watch you a movie. Go take care of something off that list that you got. Go knock something out the way so you can enjoy. So you can enjoy until next time and again. Love you, Rebels. Go, Rebels.